All right, I'm live. Yeah. Well, I guess the lighting is slightly better. I after a while, I don't mess with it. I had a better setup where I was before, and now I have to keep reminding myself to do certain things and not do certain things while I'm on camera. But I get very candid and I share my personal life on this, so you know I'm a real authentic person. Okay. Um, so that you know that I'm coming from you from an authentic, truthful place, which for some is very difficult to do. But I learned a long time ago that some people may not like to hear truth or see certain things, but the sooner they understand why it's important, the better, the faster things get better in communication. So, uh, sometimes I stammer on words, I'll get stuttery. There are occasions because I have a movement disorder called Parkinsonism. It's a Parkinsonism, okay? It is a movement disorder like Parkinson's in a lot of different ways, but uh, it'll paralyze my digestive system sometimes, and it will also cause what people would notice of someone with Bell's palsy. And then there are times when I lose words. Like I could be looking right at it and think, what the hell is that? A common item, everyday item, like a fork. So, I appreciate people who at least try to understand a few things and read a biography, which there is one or two available about me online. Like I said, I don't know really how to toot my own horn, and I know I have a couple fans here and there in the world, and they've been around since I've been online. Sadly, one of them died of COVID, and another one died of AIDS. But you know, I do it because somewhere along the way, some kind of internet content or in person conversation and time with me helps another person see that they're not alone. Understand that there are ways to reframe things. There are ways to get past things. And I would not be giving anybody advice about anything if I hadn't already been put through some shit. I mean, there's some people can tell by looking in my eyes that I am not some local idiot. So I have to address a few things about being online. Uh, it's sort of, people think now you're getting online, it's a brave new world. No. Those of us who were getting online in the 1980s, okay, that was a brave new world. Okay? Some people overshare. I mean, for some of you who are criminals, just keep going. I'm sure law enforcement appreciates the fact that you just Instagrammed your robbing of a grocery store. Okay? I mean, some of you say things and do things that are just so foolish. Why not do them out loud? Here's an example of what not to do, kids. All right? I've seen a lot of that online. I've seen a lot of hate and stupidity and ignorance online. Okay? Um, just recently, I had someone say it's no use. My YouTube account is broken. Or I don't even give a shit. Okay, I don't know. I think I have 331 subscribers, which is better than the year before. Which is better than the year before. Which is better than the year before. Okay, I'm a quality individual. I don't just talk about stupid shit. I often have to correct people after the fact by saying things like, some of you aren't good judges of character. Okay? You all promote and tout the virtues of people, and then what do you find out? I mean, how many people were all, happy about Lance Armstrong? So he was lying to people every single fucking time, straight out. It got deeper and deeper in there. And they were like, well, he admitted it. I'm like, yes, he was forced to do that because he got caught. Would he have done it had he not been caught? I guarantee you the answer is no. I understand that it is a responsibility when you're in the public eye, and it can put pressure on you. And people deal with pressure in different ways. Sometimes it's alcohol, sometimes it's I don't even know, shopping. There's a bunch of different ways. But for one, I've met a few people. Like, I'll give you an example. It's a hockey example, and I wrote about it, and then he wrote about it the next day. Ted Leonsis. He's the owner of the Washington Capitals. I am very glad for them that they did finally get the cup, but I don't foresee seeing them getting another cup again. Sad, but if management from the Washington Capitals wants to ask me, in private why, I'll be happy to tell them, because I was right about a lot of things about that club. So when a lot of the fans were just getting so shitty with their own hockey team, it's just like, okay, well, now you're dragging down your hockey team. Not a good idea. I mean, they got enough shit from the other teams and the other team's fans. At 1 year, I noticed that they were not making hockey smart decisions. So I stuck with them till the end of the year, but I wasn't going to tolerate that. I was looking for a way into the National Hockey League. I wasn't born in a hockey family. I wasn't born a male. I lived 20 minutes from the Ripkins. Cal Ripken, Billy, yeah, Vi. So, I grew up around Baltimore Orioles baseball fans. But I fell in love with hockey at a very young age. And I've been a hockey lover ever since. My goal when I was 10 years old was to own a National Hockey League franchise. Did I know how to do that when I was 10 years old? Nope. Sure didn't. Seemed like that's the craziest, stupidest thing anybody could ever say. But it's not impossible. It isn't. But someone trying to, you don't have very many viewers. Well, I'm not trying to get popular. I mean, I know a few celebrities. I know a few rich people. I know a rich person who committed freaking suicide because of how lonely and depressing it is to not know when somebody is truly and genuinely your friend. Because rich people get used an awful lot. I used to make a lot more money and have a lot more money, and I found that out the hard way. That's when I kicked a whole lot of fake-ass friends out of my life. It hurts. It hurts to know that you got to pay more attention to people. And you have to, put your arms up. You got to put walls up. And some people you meet don't deserve that. Because they genuinely like you as a person. Money or not. Okay? But I'm in a situation where I don't have any liquid money that I can... my budget is so small, it's insane. Okay? I'm on what people used to call food stamps, SNAP. I shouldn't be. The United States government fucked up by not hiring an actual genius right there in front of their faces. Bullshit, they couldn't. A lot of people, it's a test from God, or it's the devil, the enemy. By the way, some of you are worshiping something that is definitely not God. Anyway, um, I have a lot of concert stories. When I was younger, that was my way to get therapy. That was my way to make it. That was my way to get everything. Um, I'm adjusting the light. Some of this will be used as documentary if I get that far. I have 10 different specialists. I gotta fight for rides. I get ripped off constantly, lied to constantly. I mean, I hit the skids when it came to going to doctors. Because doctors don't give a shit if you're sick. Too sick to, be driven an hour and a half to get to their establishment, and they charge you like $25 to $50 because you're too sick to make an appointment. I mean, come the fuck on, God. Hey, Jesus. I'll take a hit for Jesus. I'll take a hit for one of my brothers, but I'm not taking hits for anybody else ever again, ever. It'll never ever have to happen again. Anyway, two people who are trying to get me to sell something or want money from me, what I'm going to tell you is, well, as soon as you can find my magic fucking tree that spits out money, I'll be happy to give you some. I started a nonprofit organization while I had COVID. Use my stimulus money to pay for it. See, when you run a 501c3, you expect people to volunteer. You expect donation. But that's not what's happened. I'm tired of people questioning my integrity. How many of you? Managed to get higher than secret security clearances out there in the U.S.? How many of you kept an album quiet for a band for over a year? Okay? I'm tired of the cowards online. So I'm telling God, trace them to where they are and force them to say it to my face. I would happily say whatever I'm saying online to someone's face if I were given the opportunity. Even if it needed to be interpreted somehow, I would. I also stand by what I said. Okay? I have no reason to lie because lies complicate things a lot. The truth is easy. I mean, sometimes people are a little too truthful about other people, and it happens. And sometimes people didn't take the time to assess themselves and look at themselves in the mirror and spend alone time with themselves and listen to people who know them. Okay? Sometimes you may not want to hear it, but you got to do that work. Anyway, so yes, I have a serious illness. I was told once in my life that I'd never be able to walk again, and I walked again, and then played sports again. I was told that I ruined my life when I was in high school, but yet somehow I have a PhD, multiple certificates, and several college degrees, and I earned over $1 million in 1 year. You know where that money went? Medical bills, family, liars and cheats and thieves who pretended to be my friends, who were pretending to help me. Lesson learned on that one. Currently unemployed in the traditional sense, but I do volunteer. And just getting up, walking around the day is hard work sometimes. I don't wish it on any of you who are giving people like me shit. Although, God help me, I want to so bad. I gotta turn it in on myself in order to stop and restrain from doing that, because that really isn't the right thing to do. Well, God, I hate that. It is the worst fucking shit on planet Earth. But I do it anyway. Because it's the right thing to do. But at this point, I'm saying, well, then, God, you do something about it. Because I am not required to have infinite patience. I'm tired of the intellectual theft of my intellectual property. I'm tired of people giving me shit because I tell them it is not flattering that they think I'm fucking 30 years old. Because they think 30-year-olds are stupid. Or kids. Enough, 80-year-olds and 70-year-olds. Fuck you. I'm not a fucking baby. And I'm not a fucking kid. I am an equal. No matter what I look like. Gentlemen, I prefer males to females in almost every way. I have some female friends, but mostly like to spend time with males. I mean, they're males. I know. I've been a little bit of a dog in my life too when I was younger. Hit that stage, fellas. Hi, how are you? What are you doing? My name's Mia. What's up? Right. I hit that stage. Medication that I take makes my teeth brittle, so they're constantly breaking. Another medication I take starts calcifying the roots, so you can't have a root canal, and so you just got to have the thing yanked right out of you, and you can't replace it. Also causes your roots to become diseased in your gums, so you lose teeth faster. All this shit is reality. Okay? Now, you're all like, oh, I'm going to do a reality shift. Well, some people, you ran over your own family, you ran over your own children, and you ran over people who were supposed to have a different destiny. I don't have anything to say to anybody about that anymore. I'm also an ordained minister. I do have a PhD. I do look for grants on occasion, but it takes time to grant write. The amount of doctors that I have to see, I got burnt out on doctors. Okay? So the medical establishment, AMA, in the United States of America, listen, you fucked up pricks. You're not gods, and it is not about you. Let's learn how to be decent people before you start fucking charging me lots and lots and lots of money, please. Okay? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Take a second look at how you are. Have somebody from the outside look at you. And then take a chance to look on the inside. Because it is not fair that sick people who can barely get transportation because all these people think, oh, well, the churches will take you. Oh, well, someone else will take you. Oh, the social services will take you. I'm like, excuse me. You have any idea how much weight fell back onto the social services and all those social networks in the United States of America every day? And then COVID hit. A lot of people have not yet recovered. Not financially, not mentally. A lot of people got PTSD because of it. A lot of people found out some things that they can't really stand their life partner, whoever that might be. But they really don't like children. All these things started happening. They've been learned from COVID. Because human beings don't bounce back with no wounds or blah, blah, blah. That's not what resilience means. Most humans grieve for an average of 5 years. Average. Okay? So there's all this bullshit online. And there are all these people. And in the United States of America, okay, no. People need to get a hold of it. There needs to be everyone active. People who are patients, people who are doctors, people who are nurses, people who are politicians, people who are tired of getting stepped on, people who are tired of those who are getting these resources fraudulently. And there's a lot of people who do that. God help me, I know some of them. I go around places and people will try and teach me how to lie on paperwork, hide money, not pay my taxes, pretend like I'm mentally ill so that I can get on disability, pay doctors. They teach me how to do this. They're trying to teach me how to act like I'm autistic. In the United States of America, my fellow Americans, hey, you're shitbags and you're stealing people's taxes. The shitbags are all around you. United States citizens. It's just true. And when it comes to immigrants, like I said, my dad, right off the bat, I know a lot of people, but they came in here the right way, the legal way, which is also the safest way, by the way, and the cheapest. I mean, you want to get muled here from another country? Okay, you're probably going to get ripped off. You're probably going to get left behind. You're probably going to get a fake social security number because they're assholes in my country too. Who'd rather give you a fake social security number so they can use cheap labor and then lie to you like you've got health insurance. And then when something goes wrong, they just ditch you on a back road somewhere. And you're going to stay hidden and not ask for help in the right places because you're illegal here. Okay, this is what I'm trying to get at. All right, I can't see this. Somebody just wrote a comment, and unfortunately, I cannot see it. So let me just chat. See if I put something on there. So okay, do you still dance streams? I still do a lot of stuff. I'm just not doing it now. Not today, not right now. I'm in a fibromyalgia. What do you call it? I don't know. My fibromyalgia is kicked up, and I have I've been horrible pain from the waist down. So no, none of that today. Okay, but I will do it. I need to maneuver my studio because I had to move. But I need to maneuver my studio. See, this is much smaller than what it used to be. And I'm trying to make some dance room over there. That's my tripod with my crappy snowflake. I don't know. I measured that thing, and somehow I got a longer tail on there. I don't know what happened. It's one of those mysteries. Okay, yeah, I will. I'm getting to that. I got a new laptop because my other one got thrown away. I got a new laptop. I got some lighting. I'm getting medication. I'm doing physical therapy. And I promise you, I will. I'm going to do that. I want to sing. I want to do some stuff. I want to get up out of the chair. I know some people like that. So, and also like listening to music and just sort of like the weird, silly things I do. So I will. I promise. Just not today. Um, I'm in too much pain today, which kind of sucks for me. That's another reason why I can't plan as well as others. I mean, if I have enough support to work around it, but I don't quite yet. Not now. I don't. Um, so, but now that I'm back online, um, oh, that's good. That's good to know. See, I get feedback. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna do that. I definitely want to do that. I have to get a whole new wardrobe, and I have practically zero budget, but whatever, I'll work it out. I will do that. I'm back online. I was doing recorded ones. I'm doing live now. You like the dance run? I'll do it. Don't worry. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm glad you told me, because then I know what to concentrate on. But today is just me saying, I wish that I had, better production by a land, but I can't even begin to tell you. It's just so horrible sometimes because I have had really good equipment. Like I had good equipment when it came to music at a certain point in time, and I got robbed, and it was horrible. I didn't have insurance, so I had to start all over again. Um, there was a point where I had a motorcycle, a three-wheeler, all paid for, insured, and ex-boyfriend and his family managed to get a hold of them, which sucked because I had some insurance. I had some insurance, but I couldn't really prove because they hid them and they couldn't be found on their property. So I couldn't really prove that they stole them. Although, I mean, I'm sure they would have admitted it because, you know, his air quote best friend pretty much leaked it to me. But at the time, I had just had enough and I needed time to myself. And I was trying to work and go to finish college at the same time. It took me a while to get my bachelor's. I stopped and started a good bit. Money, work, parents. I started taking care of my parents when I was about 13 years old because they were two generations older than I was, which is something I want people to consider when you have children later in life. Okay, you're gypping your kids time with you. Just know that. You don't want to hear that truth? Tough shit. I'm going to fucking say it out loud. I'm also going to say bad words. So I know I've got some followers on the Twitter. I'm trying to be better about that who are younger than 21. I'm trying to be better about that. But not on here. On here, I say bad words. I say bad words because I mean them. And I know it says in scripture, don't be vulgar, okay? I'm not expected to be perfect. But somehow, some assholes in this world expect that of me. Well, I'm going to disappoint you. I'm more patient than most people I know, more resilient than most people I know. Why? Because when God prepares you for something, oh no, you don't run around thinking you're going to get the easy way. Yeah, you bought into the other one's bullshit. And I've been trying to help you. I mean, read scripture. Somebody got their fucking head cut off. Someone got stuck in a fish. Joseph got thrown in a well by, you understand, Jesus got crucified. John had to live in the wilderness and eat all this. Thomas was known on planet Earth as a doubter for years on end, but that is not the case. It even says in scripture that he does have brothers, by the way. So Jesus has family. Let's just understand that right now. Okay? I have a lot of talents. I'm an extremely talented individual. So, no, I'm not going to have people trying to convince me that I should go work at some crap ass job that pays $20 an hour. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I used to be when I was younger? I had to get my parents permission because I started when I was under 18. I started when I was 16, part time. Stunt driver for movies and TV. They found out my age. There were things that were an issue, like insurance, because stunt drivers weren't included in certain union situations. I'm pretty sure that's changed since then. Uh, but that's what I was. I started learning how to drive early because I lived more out in the country, and my parents and my brother's friends, a lot of people just learn how to do things whenever learned it. So yeah, but I also had to stop doing that because I needed to put all my effort in school, and I was dating someone, so it was basically spend time with my family, go to school, study, hang out with my boyfriend. We were together a lot. So, I mean, that was what I did. So, I mean, I hit the skids a few times, to be honest with you, but that's what happens when you're not being challenged enough in school, or when, I've had classes where I just pay attention in class and take notes and don't need to study for tests. Okay. But I've also had some classes where that's all. I mean, I had to like put the study time in. Okay. So some of those things I had to work really hard. Some may not as hard. But I've taught myself how to do a lot of things out of necessity. Out of necessity, that's happening. Uh, so anyway, what's going on now is there's like music building up in me, and I can stave it off for a really long time, and I can hold it off. But I am to the point where it's just like I don't even give a shit if I gotta live in a sewer. Somehow I'm gonna get it out of me. I can't accompany myself on the piano or on a guitar. One, I don't have a piano around me, and two, my guitar got thrown in the trash can. At least the American males should be a little more protective of me. I mean, jeez. Some of the dudes, well, like I said, they think I'm always going to be okay, even if they don't hear from me. They think that I'm like some kind of super trooper who feels nothing and like doesn't get hurt or whatever. And it's just not true. I survived cancer. I've had all kinds of crap happen to me. I'm tired of fucking surviving, okay? And I really wasn't meant to be monetarily poor. So, get that all figured out. And I really do need an entertainment lawyer. But I'm going to need pro bono because right now, I mean, I liquidated a lot of money because of the cost of healthcare in the United States of America. Okay? It's just astronomical. And when you're the one, like me, who was my own source of income, can't work, you go broke pretty fucking fast. And then God loves to put like felons and nefarious people all in my life all the time. So, I'm getting sniped all the goddamn time around here. What's the fucking plan, God? Anyway, so I do my own makeup, I do my own set, I do my own everything. I don't want it that way, but that's just the way it is. I would like at a certain point, yeah, I'd like a certain amount of property so I can make Atlanta studios. I'm owed a lot of money. And I would love to forgive it all. I would love to forgive it all. But some of it was stolen. And some of it was people behind certain scenes who were cowards. That's why this is great. This is great timing when it comes to Ash Chevelle. See, I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to toot the Ash Chevelle horn. Okay, first of all, families, I'm sure makes that whole thing a little bit different than dynamic. But, no matter how many people have come and gone, okay, Chevelle, at the very least, has continued to try to make consistent music. And the two brothers are still there. And I did see a recent interview, which makes me happy. It says, even if they get into fights or they get into, struggles as brothers, they doubt that would be the cause of anything that would end Chevelle, which is good news for me. Because the very second I heard Chevelle, I knew I was going to be a fan for life. I can tell these things in people. I can see it. Potential, I can hear it. Potential, I can tell when you're driven. I can tell when it's something they enjoy. Like it's what they're supposed to be doing. And so the first, time I heard the song Red, I was a Chevelle fan. And I listened to the entire album. Sometimes I forget albums and song names, so you just have to forgive me because I've listened to millions and millions and millions of songs. Okay? But one of my favorite songs of all time is actually Chevelle, Send the Pain Below. I love that song. I really do. But there are other songs. But anyway, so Rabbit Hole was a new Chevelle song after 4 long years. And it says, I won't give in to cowards. Don't give them an inch. I love that. I love that word. Don't give them an inch. Yeah, I won't give in to cowards. Of course. Yeah, I don't have that song quite memorized, but I do know that part. Right. Okay. I really have zero respect for a lot of people. Get online. When I get online, I know that I may not know those people very well. And I know that there's probably a circumstance that I don't know about, so I just sit quietly and listen. I try to get to know them and, watch their stuff or listen to their stuff or, um, you know, try not to listen to rumors or opinions of other people too much because everybody's perception of everybody else is different in the first place. But it just seems like a lot of people are just bent on tearing people down. I'm not really into that, except for if it's a really, really tight NHL playoff season. And you got all kinds of mean, nasty, horrible things to say to the other team. And they're adult fans. Yeah. Then a foul mouthed hooligan. Like I give a shit how they fucking feel. Fuck you, man. And fuck that guy. You knocked poor Shifley all down. And I'd like to extend my condolences to Mark Shifley of the Winnipeg Jets. Found out his father passed away. That is, not the best timing. He got sucker punched at the last game, but I'm sure his dad was proud of him, no matter what kind of dynamic they had. So, condolences. It was basically the Washington Capitals fans, not all of them, but most, who jumped in long after the team got better and long after the team had gone through all kinds of stuff, and started getting online, started being foul to everybody, including like other Washington Capitals fans. And at games, these people just can't be satisfied. It's like, holy crap, the Washington Capitals just played one of the best games of the season, and you're already ready to throw in the towel because they lost by one halfway through the season. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're not a goddamn hockey fan. I'm not allowed. Just like the hockey dudes in the NHL, National Hockey League. See, if they get a little irritated, even coaches, they can cuss and they can yell, take a swipe at somebody, just take a swipe at them, go chasing after them and knock their fucking block off. But you can't do that when you're a fan, right? I don't. I'll go to jail for a few things on this planet if I catch a child predator and the act disappear. That individual might disappear. Yeah, I would. And if I got caught, I'd go to jail. No problem at all. But that's just how it is with me. I need to. There's a lot that I could say, and I appreciate the fact that somebody actually let me know. My outfits, yes, I don't have a lot of that. It's just gone. Moving on. Moving on. The reason it's gone is probably got everything to do with what people call ascension. You got to elevate sometimes. And I said I would take the hit for some of the younger ones. I said I would, go till I couldn't anymore. I said I would take until I couldn't take it anymore. Unfortunately, too many, I'm getting friendly fire, and that needs to stop. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I have doctor's appointments. I got to do all this stuff. My body doesn't move as well as it used to. Dancing though is good exercise, and I lost my space, so I have to figure out a different way to do it. I don't really have a studio. I got this little room that I gotta work it out. I'm working on it. Is what I'm doing. Um, the decibels in here are a little loud. I don't want to talk over them. I need a better mic. It's on my list of things to get. I've asked people if they have old dusty stuff that they know works. They could donate it to me. But people aren't that generous anymore, or kind, or even caring, cold-hearted. Fuck ups is what I'm trying to say. Like, what in the hell, man? Shit. And then I get dragged into spiritual warfare, and I volunteered to be here. So a lot of you complaining who have an understanding of what I'm saying and how difficult certain things can be, because a lot of people make them look good, and a lot of people they have their support, and a lot of right. I don't, because I'm the first female when it comes to a certain sphere, circle. So I'm taking all the fucking hits. And I knew it was going to be bad. I just didn't know exactly how horrifyingly mean and uncaring. I mean, you're not supposed to harden your hearts, okay? But that's fine, because then I go cold, which is not a good sign on Earth. So you'll hear stuff online about this and that, and I'm not getting blah 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 blah. Well, some of you did get it backwards. Some of you are worshiping something that can't give you what claim to give you, and then people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about get online for attention, or because they think they're fucking special. And a lot of you have not taken psychology, and a lot of you have not been through the things that I've been through, and a lot of you were not born and raised because of God. Many of you have not been tested the way I have, but it's about to happen. And some of you, He used me to test some of you, and there were a lot who failed. Okay, I don't need to chase money. I don't chase money. Okay, I need it for something, and that's what's really supposed to happen. Then it'll happen. A lot of people have been blessed to do things, and they're financially blessed. So yes, consider me. I really don't want to shut down a music ministry, okay, but I will dissolve it. I will. Okay, especially the Christians, the loudmouth motherfucking Christians around me. I'm talking to you. Okay? I'm talking to you. You are supposed to share. And there are a lot of dudes who use me as a shield to protect yourselves, man. Uncool and crucify all these people. Like, I can't keep protecting dudes. Okay? 15-year-olds is different. I'm not supposed to be this tough. I'm not supposed to be this badass. I'm not. Anyway, I need to sing, so that is one of my concentrations. I can't give people money. I can't buy. I don't have the funds at all to buy subscriptions. Do you understand? I don't. So I'm going to put forward energetic walls out. And that stuff is going to not hit me anymore. I'm done with it. I'm single. I shouldn't be single. That wasn't part of the plan. So someone must have married somebody they shouldn't have. And seriously, if somebody doesn't shut down shows like fucking Zach Bagans, I'm going to call in a favor. So you can do it of your own volition, because a lot of people think that they are now, paranormal investigators. No, you aren't. And don't be hunting ghosts, okay? That's fucking stupid. You're teaching people stupid, harmful shit. And then they run around thinking that they can go, hunt. Okay, and then it takes years and years and years and money and money and money and bitching and bitching and bitching and tragedy after tragedy before any of you actually go to God and say, we need help. I don't care if you believe or not, just start there in the first place. I'm not going to clean this one up. I'm living in it because I refuse to do it. All kinds of people think that the TV show Supernatural is like training for ghost busting. And some of them actually did stuff. Took money from people. Swindled people out of money. Convincing them that they were perfectly trained to handle those things. I was asked to help with something that they were calling an exorcism. Ooh. Maybe this will be a scam. Maybe it won't. Oh, hang on. Good news. Hey, Doug. I'm good. How are you? Um, you mean like what time? Like 5? Are you talking? Okay. Okay. Um, what? Yeah, but in the evening or during the day tomorrow? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I heard that there might be a trip. But I also I cook at the group home from like 2:30 to 5. Yeah. Um. Um. Yeah. What time? That's fine. Well, we'll figure out a way to do it tomorrow. Yeah, I go to sleep ridiculously early because I'm up by 5 o'clock. So even though I don't, I can push it. I can push it if I need to. But yeah. All right. Oh, oh, I'm losing you, Doug. I was losing you for a second there, Doug. Okay, that sounds good. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Aha. Yeah. Well, I answered this because I was just talking about singing and getting myself out. Somebody's got some couple guitars they don't want. He says they're crappy. But if it's a guitar, it's a guitar. I need to try and practice. My thing is that I get muscle weakness from this Parkinsonism, and sometimes my arm won't cooperate, and I shake. So I was working on different ways to play the guitar, but that guitar, I hope someone did dumpster dive and got a hold of it. Perfectly good guitar. It's a long story, okay? None of you were here to help me, so who gives a shit how it fucking happened? You weren't here. Couldn't I have done this? Well, gee, you weren't here to help me, so no, I couldn't do any of that. A lot of my stuff gone again. I'm tired of it. There are a lot of people who make promises about all kinds of shit. You don't keep them. All right. Anyway, that is someone named Doug, and he has a guitar, and I need to practice and warm up and try and get used to being around somebody. So we are going to work together. We'll go sing songs. He's going to practice guitar. I'm going to work on my vocals. I'm going to my singing, everything else. And there is someone else who he knows is a really good guitarist, who will be hanging out this weekend. So that's what I was just doing, trying to plan a time when I can go and do a little jam session with another person. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, music, I gotta get it out. It's getting to that point. I mean, if I gotta get it out of me, I gotta get it out of me, whether people understand it or not. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's the check-in. The Winnipeg Jets live. Check that out. Yeah, go Jets. Obviously, you know. Anyway, this one's a little longer, and I know that it's a lot, and I know that it's probably boring as shit for some people. Okay, but I say a lot of useful things. I speak a lot about my own personal experiences when it comes to things and things that have happened to me, so that you all can avoid it from happening to you, or so you can feel like you're not that alone, or so you can understand that PTSD is not just for military people, and it stands for post traumatic stress disorder. I try not to use disorder. It's more like post traumatic stress syndrome. Okay, and I prefer that people ask other people who have PTSD and who got over it and are in sort of like a remission. It doesn't affect them anymore. Therapy is a good idea. Sometimes medication is a good idea too, but I've had some very underhanded, shitty things happen to me. So anyway, yeah, I'm, I'm, I'm ready. I've been ready. I'm born ready. There have to be enough dudes, males, ready now. Okay, I shouldn't have to wait anymore. So I am exercising a great deal of restraint on a daily basis. It isn't really fair to me anymore. A couple people, there's some opportunities that have come up recently that are good. I mean, even if I don't make music with these people, I will make music with some other people. I'll find somebody. I'll do it a cappella if I have to. If I can't accompany myself, well, I mean, computer software. I mean, I have more options than I would before, but I do want better quality things, and I don't like to have to raise my voice or force out because I'm trying to conserve my voice and use it more for singing than for anything else. But I do try to. I spend my time watching how I speak. Okay, how many times do I say I'm getting much, much, much better at enunciating because I have, a nervous system situation that is hard to predict. It's harder to predict than Parkinson's. Parkinsonism is a nice big surprise for me. I'm walking and suddenly my leg just goes out on me. Or I'm holding a cup and suddenly, just, well, my hand stopped working. I'm in horrible pain because of osteoarthritis. By his stripes, we are healed. And I did mention Dan. The reason I mentioned Dan when it came to Three Doors Down, I wasn't confusing Dan with Doug. Prayers for that. Yeah, because, right, I heard from someone named Dan who is on occasion has opportunity to speak to some of the band members. Dan was the one originally told me that Brad Arnold from 3 years down had stage 4, I think, kidney cancer. So cancer's an asshole. It makes you poor. Okay? United States of America, what the fuck, U.S. government? What the fuck? What did I do to you? There should be way more support for people like me. No family, can't work. I keep trying to, but I can't work those regular kind of, I don't have the right kind of support. And all you assholes who are preachers and teachers online, shut the fuck up. Okay? No, I don't know who you've been dealing with it, but it isn't the right one. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't agree with a lot of modern day. Okay, no, that's horrible advice. Okay, to say, oh, don't concentrate on what you don't have. Well, I have to. Because everybody in the world thinks I got all this stuff. Because they've got it. They think everybody's got the same stuff. They think that all U.S. citizens have all kinds of money and blah blah blah. It's not true, and or they think this, or they think that, or they think that. Can't control what they think. Yes, yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's a lie. Do everything you can to get them in the right mind, thinking correctly about stuff, seeing things in a proper perspective. Okay? I can't find volunteers for things that I've been asking for several years straight. And yet, all these people who walk around me claiming to love God. Anyway, well, I don't have nice things to say to some of them, but it is true. The reason I talk about the things I don't have is because I have to. Why don't you do this? How come you didn't do this? Oh, it's easy. No, no, it isn't. And if you want to fucking time, tell me what to do instead of coming and helping me do it, okay? That is another thing that the cowards online think that they're fucking, you know, the gods of the best advice ever. And most of you online, no matter where you are on earth, are not that. But I'm tired of the cowards. So I'm not asking, I'm telling. I don't care who does it. But I'm not asking God, I'm telling God. Find them and let me get right where they are or bring them to me or we'll meet fucking halfway because I want them to say all this stuff right to my face. You people are not well schooled. All right? We stay quiet sometimes for long periods of time because it's just like, all right, we'll just let the loudmouth dummies who have opinions about crap they don't know a goddamn thing about make fools of themselves for a period of time. Well, that time is over. And quit encouraging illegal aliens to come into this country. A lot of them get hurt, by the way, or they don't even make it here alive. They're not just undocumented, you understand? They're illegal. And they're stealing resources from all kinds of people. We don't pay taxes to support illegal activity. Which is why I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, United States American citizens, you have not given me a good reason to stay. You're just giving me reasons not to stay. I am willing to expatriate because of it. And I can't help it that I'm single. I mean, apparently the dudes in the United States of America prefer dumb, stupid, idiot women. They don't like real ones. It's easier, right, to avoid being with a real woman by, right? Oh, I can just go fuck a sex doll or a prostitute or masturbate. Sad state of affairs, gentlemen. But you guys are the rulers and you guys are number one, so it's all on you guys, isn't it? Think about that, fellas. I'm trying to get some of you fellas to realize, some of you get clawed by harpy bitches. You got sucking on you. And I'm trying to pull the claws out. I can't do that from a distance because some of you aren't accepting the fact that I have spiritual gifts as well. And that I always have. But you'll find that truth out too. I don't feel like lying. Because what happens when you lie, lives are at stake. Everybody, stop ghost hunting. Okay? Shut down the bullshit. I wouldn't work with Zach Bagans or his crew because they're highly unprofessional. In fact, this is just a fact. But TV show Supernatural and some of those other things are not training. You understand? They're not training. You are not ghost hunters. Find something much more useful to do with your time on Earth. Anyway, I will. I promise I will get to my dance streams. I promise I will. I'm glad somebody jumped on here to tell me that they like this. Okay? There you go. But, some people can take some time to understand, no, I'm not paying for stuff that I should be just given freely. God gives freely. And I need pro bono lawyer that makes shitloads of money, especially entertainment lawyer, because, technically speaking, somebody is getting filthy, stinking rich off of my intellectual property. And that's not okay. And when it comes to angels, I trust the Archangel Michael. And yes, there are angels on Earth. Okay? I don't give a shit what the loudmouths who go to church say, and the loudmouths making money, and the loudmouths who are gaining popularity. I don't give a shit what you have to say. It is not new age, it's ancient age. I have no reason to lie.